and we are at the Union Square Greenmarket in New York City. I'm Beth Goehring, the editor-in-chief of The Good Cook, and I'm here today with Sherri Vinton, who wrote Put 'em Up, a comprehensive home-preserving guide for the creative cook. In its third printing, I understand.
I'm so tickled.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
So
it's great.
Canning and preserving is having such a comeback. It's a wonderful thing to see. And there's, of course, then there's keeping chickens and making cheese and growing your own vegetables. Why do you think these wonderful, sort of what they're calling lost skills, why do you think they're making such a comeback?
Well, you know, I don't think they're so much lost as they just took a little bit of a break. This is really a great way to live. It's a very sensual, wonderful experience to have, to be in touch with where your food comes from. And we're just realizing that we miss that.
And you are a real advocate of real food, or slow food as some people call it. And how can we make that a broader initiative in America?
You know, I don't think you really have to try very hard. You just have to follow your taste buds. This wonderful food, no matter where you live. We're in the middle of New York City right now, and it's abundant and gorgeous and in season.
We are right next to the Garden State after all. As you go around the country talking about canning and preserving and real food, have you seen this? Have you seen interest growing? Have you seen the sorts of people who come to your events changing?
Absolutely. I've had the great pleasure to be on the road now talking about real food for about 5 years. And when I first started out, I was explaining what a CSA was, a community-sponsored agriculture program, and why people needed to support local agriculture. And now people are in it, they've joined CSAs, they're going to the farmers market, and they want to know how to can everything that they're finding there. It's been a huge ramp up, and it's so empowering and encouraging. It's a great time to be an eater right now.
It certainly is. When it comes to canning at home, safety is a big issue, and of course we know that commercial food safety has been a very, very big issue, and in the newspapers a lot. How can we at home be sure that what we're giving our families is safe?
You know, I think that when you're cooking food at home, you're sourcing your food directly from the farmer, there's no safer, better, more delicious way to eat. Follow some common sense cleanliness in the kitchen, follow your recipe for canning, and everything's going to be wonderful. My 5-year-old was my taste tester, and he's grown up big and strong.
Exactly, and he's alive to tell the tale. That's fantastic. The wonderful thing about Put 'em Up is it does not look like your grandmother's home preserving book. And you've brought together, your subtitle calls it For a Creative Cook, and so you've brought together some really interesting flavor combinations. And I'm thinking of berries and bourbon, there's some liqueurs in there. And what, for somebody who's really adventurous, what would you recommend?
Well, my favorite recipe, or one of them in the book, is the cherry preserves with black pepper. It kind of straddles that line between sweet and savory, so it's fine on your breakfast muffin, but also is a great base for a savory sauce, maybe to go with duck or on a cheese plate.
How delicious, absolutely. Now, I understand you live up in Connecticut.
I do.
And where is that in Connecticut?
That is in one of the last farming towns in Fairfield County.
And do you have a farm? Do you grow your own vegetables?
I wish I could say yes, but really I'm like the Morticia Adams of growing your own food.
Meat? Yeah,
it's
here you
very
go.
bad.
Oh yeah, we don't want to get anywhere near it. It just casts a pall.
Yeah, I don't do very well with that. So I leave the growing to the pros.